This is the origin of the 72 harmonic sound keys and how the system first emerged. I created this system when I was working with a group of people, and this system had an activation statement that I understood overrides the cultural paradigm limitations and then left a blank space for whatever word or words the people wanted to follow that statement. I understood this activation statement was profound to take in deeply. It isn't a typical manifestation type statement, but instead a message that overrides what we have been taught or implied through cultural and society about who we are and our boundaries. When spoken, read, and heard, we all need to hear, read, see, and embody as deeply meaningful. In the early development, there was only text, and otherwise everything was blank. This system was useful in experiential groups, exercises where everyone in the group wrote down what was important for them. Once everyone had completed their writing, the collection was used in different ways. This was my invention for making an interesting and fun experience that might otherwise be a heavy therapeutic exercise, and it was about what people wanted and needed and recognized to invite into their lives, and also to invite in through kindness, insight, intuition, new perspectives, and consideration from the shared experience. After using this method for years with different populations, genders, and ages, I realized everyone, whether they were a student in my mystery school in treatment for cancer or immune compromised illness, or in residential treatment, and they had trauma, addiction, or mental health diagnosis, they all had the same words that they were putting down that were powerful and meaningful for them. This told me there are universal fields of consciousness because people have profound insight into what is needed. There was a recognition from our collective consciousness that includes desires, releasing trauma, and what brings us not only healing but beyond into new perspectives, problem solving, inspiration, enjoyment, and many, many others. I did nothing with that system for almost 15 years, and last year I folded up a different business, which was very disappointing to me, but necessary. And when I came to that conclusion, it was a lot of letting go of the time and vision and energy that had been going into it. And all of that letting go created this big opening in my life, big spaciousness, like a deep breath of air. And after a while in that spaciousness, it wasn't right away, I remembered that system I had created, and I decided to put art and symbolism with, and since everything had been blank but except for text. And in that process I recognized some of the content was repeated, so some concepts became one concept and some didn't make the cut. And through that winnowing process, the number 72 emerged on its own, creating the 72 harmonic sound keys. At the time, I still had no idea the sacred sounds as song chants I had been receiving for really 25 to 30 years were part of something greater. Go to the part 2 to hear the rest of the story about how the sacred sounds grew as a significant component of the living library system that it has become. Follow to learn more about the harmonic sound keys.